Hey toy fans, I'm D21Beast and welcome back to my figure review series here on my YouTube channel, and today we're looking at something that I cannot believe I just found while perusing my Toys R Us. We have the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutations figures by Playmates, released technically I think supposed to be released in 2015, but here it is 2014 and I found this thing on the store shelves. So I first heard about these things when they were announced at Comic-Con of this year, but they gave us zero information to go with them aside from the fact that they are going to be similar to the Marvel Superhero Mashers line. And here we have them. We're looking at Metalhead, one of the first figures available in Series 1 of that new toy line. Now if you're not familiar with what Marvel Mashers are, these Ninja Turtle figures are basically in the same vein as these figures that you see right here. Marvel Masher figures are figures that you can take and pull off at the joints and reconnect them with other figures in the toy line and basically make your own homemade mashed up superhero. So, with that idea in mind, Playmates has decided to go ahead and try their hand at it with these Ninja Turtle figures. And here we have Metalhead, who you can see does separate at the shoulder joints and the leg joints, and we'll get to that in accessories and articulation. But I thought it'd be really cool to go ahead and get a review of these things done. I was really excited to find them. So let's get things started by taking a look at that packaging. As you come down the front of the box, you do have the logo for Nickelodeon and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV series. You have an image of Leonardo rendered in the show graphics. You then have a blister bubble packaging that does house the Metalhead figure inside, as well as his extra limbs. And then at the bottom of the bubble, you have an image of Metalhead mashed up with Master Splinter. And then it tells you that this is a Mutations figure and you can mix and match Metalhead. Flipping this package around, as you come down the back of the box, you have that Nickelodeon and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logos one more time, as well as the Mutations logo. You have some information about mixing and matching the character, and then another image of Metalhead mixed together with Splinter and some other Turtle figures. And then towards the bottom of the packaging, it does show you a complete lineup of all the figures available in this first wave. Alright guys, well that's the packaging. Let's say we get this Mutations Metalhead out of the box and see what he's all about. Alright toy fans, here we have Metalhead out of the box, and I've got to say, I'm really impressed with what Playmates is doing here with their mix and match toy line. As you take a look at this Metalhead, what you're going to notice, especially if you own the original Metalhead figure, is that this is a nearly identical replica of the original Metalhead release. Now unfortunately I don't have that Metalhead figure to show off for you here today, but that's part of the reason I picked him up in the Mutation line, is because these figures are perfect stand-ins for any of your other Ninja Turtle figures. They're in scale, as you can see here with the Donatello. This Metalhead's pretty much in scale with the rest of the figures in the line. So if you never picked up the original Metalhead, or if you have another figure in the series you never picked up, like the Tiger Claw, and you can only find the Mutations Tiger Claw, have at it guys, because they're just going to work perfectly with the entire line that's already out there. So props to Playmates for keeping that in mind. I really like that they went ahead and did that for us. But as you take a look at the paintwork and sculpting on this Metalhead figure, what you're going to see here is that my Metalhead does have a little bit of paint slop there next to his eye. But otherwise, he's got this gray plastic that's been painted with his yellow bandana, and as you move down here, he does have the wires painted on his abdomen just like he did on the original release. He's still got the sort of laser or hazard logo there on his arm, even though he no longer has the firing missile that comes out of his arm. And as you move down here, you'll see that he does have his knee pads painted. Now, as you take a look at Metalhead's knee here, you're going to notice that there's some unfortunate paint slop. And as you flip Metalhead around, you're going to notice that he does have that same sewer lid sort of sculpted detail here on the back of the figure. Overall, I'm really happy with what Playmates has done here with the paintwork and sculpting. Mutations Metalhead comes with the accessory that you see off here to the right. Based on the skin tone, this appears to be a Donatello leg. And actually, these Mutations figures separate at ball joints on their shoulders and their hips. They actually separate way easier than the Marvel Superhero Mashers line. So if you have younger children, this line may be better for them than the actual Marvel line that's out there right now. And you can see here that you can just pop on this Donatello leg, and now Metalhead has a flesh Ninja Turtle leg. And of course, just like with the Marvel Superhero Masters figures, the more figures that you purchase, the more different accessories that you're going to have, and the more combinations you're going to have to make different figures. Showing off the way these alternate pieces works really brings me to probably my only major complaint about this toy line. If you look at the line as it's presented in Series 1, all of the Ninja Turtles themselves seem to be coming with parts for Metalhead, who is already a figure in the wave. And if you get anybody who's not a Ninja Turtle figure, they come with the Ninja Turtle leg or arm. So it's really strange to me that you're getting swappable parts for figures that are already in the line. What I think I would have liked to see instead is maybe every figure in this line comes with another piece, leg, torso, head, whatever, to build an alternate ninth figure, like say a Casey Jones who isn't even in this wave. But as it stands right now, if you get every figure in Series 1, you're going to wind up with a ton of extra Donatello limbs and Metalhead limbs that you don't even need. I hope they fix this error with Series 2 and give you a special figure that you only get if you collect every figure in the line. Articulation for the Mutations figures does seem a bit limited on the surface. However, since everything's a ball joint, you do have a head that can move all the way around and a shoulder that can rock all the way around. You also have a hip joint that can rock all the way around, and you're getting the same articulation here on the other side. So even though there's only 5 points of articulation, because they're ball joints, you have a lot of freedom of movement, and you can get some great dynamic poses to these characters all the same. However, it would have been nice if they had elbow and knee joints, just like the Marvel Superhero Masters figures do. Height-wise, we can see that Mutations Metalhead does stand at just a little bit over 4 inches tall. For some size comparison, here we have Mutations Metalhead standing next to the Battleshell Donatello figure, and next to Battleshell Michelangelo. And finally, here he is standing next to the 6-inch scale Marvel Legends Infinite Series Wolverine. Alright, toy fans, well that's my review of the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutations Metalhead figure, released by Playmates in 2014. Overall, I'm a big fan of this sort of mixed up, mashed up Ninja Turtle superhero line. I think these are absolutely great figures. I think they're great for all ages. They're really easy to swap out the parts. They are lacking in the articulation department a little bit, but overall, with the ball joints that are still available to you, I think they've got a great range of motion. I just wish we didn't end up with all those extra parts if you collect every figure in the wave like I'd mentioned previously. But if you're just getting started with the line, this is a really great way to pick up harder to find characters like Metalhead, Tiger Claw, or Slash, so definitely give these guys a chance if you see them on store shelves. Well, that's my review, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw here, please feel free to rate, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Booyakasha!